I'd like you to meet Karen Fox, speaker, coach, and AI enthusiast on a mission to shake up how we communicate. She helps people and teams connect, care, and create results that really matter. Whether she's lighting up a stage or coaching leaders, Karen brings energy, humor, and a love for all things AI. Today, she's going to share how to lead with clarity when systems feel overwhelming. Please welcome Karen Fox.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. I brought all my systems with me today. Okay. Aaron, would you mind helping me? Because I want to share my systems with you. It's very, very important. So, well, it is heavy. I will warn you, but, when we're building out our systems, we have to have a lot of things. So, of course, I got to have my computer. Can you hold that? Yes. Okay. Thank you. And then I've got all the programs that I've done. I've got to keep that close by because I might need those. And then, and then I got to take notes. We have to have our notes to go back to. Do you all not have systems like this? Is there something wrong? Okay. And then, then I got my big note thing where, I took this class and I took this certification. And so I have all of those. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Well, and I have to have my tablet because sometimes it's easier to carry a smaller thing than, than my large. And, because you might not be working out of your office. So I have to carry these all with me. Okay. Then, and I have to have my passwords, just in case. And then I've got my new book on strategy, so I've got to read it. Yeah. Well, and you have to go prepared just in case, they don't have what you need. So I got my adapters, I got my phone. And then, in case I really get inspired while I'm doing my system here, I have Post-it notes. Les talked about those. And not only do I have the big ones, in case I want to put them on my paper and, kind of think things through, I've got those too. And I need arrows just in case I need to come back to them. Does your system not look like that? Well, if you want to put those all back in there. Don't have a mirror? Did not bring the mirror.
You forgot all the assistants.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Erin, if you would have set that over there. Well, truly, that is not my system. Thank goodness it's not my system. Or I would be at Dan's office much more often because it's quite heavy. But the thing is with systems, what are you using? What's working? What's not? Because does your business sometimes feel like this? Too many tools? Too many tabs? Are you a tab opener too? Ah, kindred spirits. My husband says if you would just give it a minute, it'll be fine. No. And too many priorities. We were already talking about it. Exactly. There's too many things going on, too many priorities. And how do you choose which priority is most important? Okay, is it better to be smart or better to be clear? What's the difference in them? Well, your difference is the smart collects information. And I had a lot of information I had collected, right? Programs, all the different things that I put together, certifications, all those things. But the most important, when you say, is to clear, to eliminate the noise. Would you agree? I agree too. It's not a system problem, it's a clarity problem. We are given so much information and great information. Here, we learn so much from brilliant minds. But you've got to be clear on what works for you and your business. My friend Lethea says, stay in your lane, just stay in your lane. And we don't need more tools. That's not what we need at all. Would you agree? Yeah. How many of you bought tools you've never used? How many of you are addicted to buying tools too? Yep. I'm in therapy for that, yes. Okay. You are not overwhelmed because of a lack of intelligence. We wouldn't be entrepreneurs if we couldn't handle it. However, we have to determine how to separate things, what works better, what doesn't. You are overwhelmed because our intelligence don't have a filter. There's a lot of things, and I know when you're an entrepreneur, we are lifetime learners. We love things. Anybody have the problem with squirrel? Squirrel? Some of us do, because we are so involved in so many different things, and we're good at a lot of different things. But again, it's the clarity that comes down to it. RQ Intelligence that you hear me talk a lot about is my program. It's the human side of leadership and communication. What I'd like you to do, everyone that can, would you please stand? Give yourself a little space because you're going to need to put your hands out in front of you. Okay, put your hands out in front of you. And I want you to think about all the things you have to do: sales, marketing, lead generation, onboarding, all those different things. And think about those in your hands. Okay. Now I want you to take two things out of that and put one thing in the other hand. Got it? Okay, right now you're juggling all of them. I mean, it's up here, it's on paper, you are juggling it. Okay, now you've got two things there. Make a decision. Which one is your priority? And let the other hand go that's not your priority. Okay, you may be seated. For men, actually, it's easier in the fact that men can take more choices and make a decision than women can. Hard to believe, isn't it? Because women are usually more multitasking and doing more things. But men can take several things and make a decision. I need to do that first out of 4 things. Where a woman, typically, we need 1 or 2 things. So if it takes that, you go through the things you need to do and you weigh them out. Find your clarity. Which one is really the priority? Because you know when you make a to-do list, it's a long list, right? And have you ever thought, will I ever finish that to-do list? And many things go to the next day and the next day. Because a lot of times we haven't set priorities, because some things could go to the next day or away. This is clarity and cannot scale overwhelm, but you can scale clarity. There was a season in my life that I had to be very careful what I used my time on, what I made my priorities. It became a non-negotiable. We were in a car accident, had a broken neck, crushed knees, shattered wrist, traumatic brain injury. And when you have something like that, you have to decide, where are you going to put your priorities? That long list goes away because you only may have this much energy that day. Have you ever had people coming over for dinner and you had 15 minutes before they got there? Can you set priorities real quick and get real clear about what you've got to clean up? Yeah, we all can. Okay. Overwhelm didn't leave my life. I just had to stop arguing with reality. We all deal with it every day. What's clear? What's priorities? What do we need to do? But we have to come down to the realization we are one person. We can only do so much in a day. I don't care if you're Superwoman, Superman. We can only get so much done. So with my impact program and the framework, we're just working today on the A. The A is in the impact is the alignment and communication. This alignment and communication is with yourself. You have to align what can be done, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and you want to outsource it, do whatever you're going to do with it, but make that decision. Is it easier to decide between 1 and 2 or the whole list? Absolutely, between 1 and 2. What are we going to do? In our brains, it's just like the computer. We open all these tabs are open, and that's what's happening, and you can't get clear because, okay, well, is number 1 tab more important or is number 5 tab more important? Which one do I need to do now? What is most important? Well, one clear decision means prioritize clarity over complexity. Because as long as we keep in our brain all the things we have to do, it not only affects our anxiety, but it affects how our brain takes in information. And if you are in overwhelm, you will not be clear. You can't be clear because your brain cannot separate that. So that's why it's the either or kind of thing. Making that list much shorter, because I have a tendency that I like to make my list way long. It's a dump thing, and I'm better off when I do those and I decide my top 4 that I have to get done for the day, and then weigh those out. Which one needs to be first? Which one needs to be second? But it's the clarity that comes from all of them. The level of your clarity determines the level of your business. How will you change what you think? How will you change how you determine? How will you change how you get clear? Thank you very much.